Hi, so I had a bit of spare time on my hands, so I thought people might be interested in seeing my first few games from the Gemp PC, which I've managed to get through to the third round. I haven't, I think that's probably going to be the end of it, but let's just see what happened. This is game one. I'm playing against Nick, who is Juice. I picked light side to go first. The reason for light side was because my dark side has more of a chance to be aggressive than the light side. So I figured I might prefer to do that for the second game. If I was down, I could be aggressive. If I was up, I could be more passive. It gave me more flexibility. So this is game one, and let me talk you through the bits. Obviously, I didn't know what he was playing. I'm playing Odd Allies and he's playing Hunt Down V. I'm not going to talk through all the plays. I'll sort of do it at a slightly faster speed. People can see what's happening. The reason I picked Menace Fades here is because I thought it would just be... I haven't got great effects. I didn't really think too carefully about these decks when I submitted to do this event. I just sort of went with a couple of decks that I had. The only thing I did wonder is if I did manage to get through to round two, whether I'd be playing against Kendall, who plays Court, so I think I added Guts into the list. Anyway, so he does nothing turn one, he draws a big hand, and I use Brave Resistance to normally pull Leia and Poe, and it looks like I've just put Akbar and Solo onto the Falcon. I kept Rey where she was, wanted to make sure I had a good pulled It's a Hit from with Rey. I lost Blount. There's Vader coming out. He flips. Hunt Down V could be quite aggressive. Old Allies isn't that keen on aggressive decks too much. I mean, it can manage, but it finds it trickier. So here, Battle Order came out, so we didn't do that. But it looks like didn't attack Vader because that Vader can cancel post-game text, unfortunately. Rey had to come out to make sure that we turned off the ping damage and then move across, set ourselves up for a drain of 2 on the ground and a drain of, I think it's only 1 in space because he's got Vader at a sight. He then plays Blast Door controls, he grabs my It's Hit, and here comes the big threat. So this has already happened on turn 3 after he drew up, but this is what isn't nice because that adds a ping damage, adds attrition. Luckily Solo can play the leadership I top deck from Lost, but that 3 is taken into hand, and then he plays a 4, which becomes, I think it becomes a 2 by me, but it becomes a 4 because it adds 2 on his side, and I draw a 4, so there's a little bit of overflow. So that battle went really as well as I could have hoped it would go. I still had to lose something because it's not immune, and he peeled a few cards, but that is fairly intimidating for Old Allies to be dealing with. It's the Emperor Shuttle with no other space when space is really important. And he left 3 force, which was annoying. I was hoping he might draw up so we could get more. So I'm going to try and overpower him, basically, here. So yeah, loads of force going down. Only 1 destiny, sadly, which is a 4. So 22 seems on the face of it quite good, but he's adding 2 to his draws. So that becomes 3, and then he redraws that one, and he saved enough to do that, and he draws a 6, which is really bad news because it gets to 9, and 9 is just not a good number. He loses the Emperor, and I need to move across to cover Vader, but already I haven't got enough pilots up there. I've only got one pilot in hand, which isn't great, and there you go, Vader cancels post game text. Let's go for the Emperor. The Emperor comes straight back down again, and the pressure here it comes loaded on. Big power difference. I'm only power 4, unfortunately, because I should have had Ray piloting really, and not Poe, but because his game text couldn't have been changed, so there would have been 3 more. And that hurts. It's just all really good, strong, aggressive play by Nick, really putting the pressure on, losing force. And he draws another 6, which I've reduced to a 4, but it does become a 6. And I might draw a 4, which becomes a 5, but even so, there's a massive difference, and he's completely immune, and it just, not good. I have to lose loads of force. He doesn't battle in space, which is a small mercy, but he leaves 3 force. So Lawson Tucker got me Jin, got me Are You Okay? So Jin can hopefully block a drain. Decide to battle in space. Would have retrieved a couple, but didn't. I think this is a bad battle because whilst I'm up line, that's worth a 6. That's 21 to 4. But if he draws high, he clears out a lot of stuff. So he draws the 5, which comes to 3. But it is a 5 because he's got and a 4. So that's 9, which is just 1 too many for the Corvette, which is an 8, which obviously would have been lovely. But as a result, Solo is sort of hanging out there on his own, which is not great news because it's basically, all bad. And here we come. The Inquisitor comes down. Another guy. Luckily at the moment no Emperor, so that was good news. But at the second sister, he gets the Emperor from from his use pile, using her once per game Kex, where he finds an Emperor, and now it's the end of the Falcon, which is basically for old allies the end of the game. Now, even though this is only turn 5 and I'm got 27 in hand and life, he's got 23. He is just powering here, eating through everything, and there's really nothing that, with first eye, nothing I can do about it. He's just clearing everything left, right, and centre, and basically doing nothing, no damage to him at all, and a 3, which he's, I think, immune to. Yeah, completely immune again. Whereas I'm just peeling, it flipped back, and as you can see, haven't saved a force. So the Emperor could move over. Here we go again. So I had to drain for 2, even though it's costing me, just because at this stage I'm already on how can I mitigate this damage. I need to try and mitigate it as best I can. Don't know quite how to, but try and do some retrieving, just to try and get some damage through. That's the aim. But just keep getting hit. See if I can clear anything. Lose another ping because of that. So in the end, it was that wasn't a good play. Who takes it out? But I mean, as you can see, this is about to be very bad indeed. Just draw a few cards, see what we can get. Here we go. Drains for 2. See how quickly life force is being drained off. Dark time, so I can't even do anything about it. As you can see, he's just on the accelerator pedal here, massively on the accelerator pedal. Can't, just losing force everywhere. Do that to draw an extra one. Here comes Vader. So I lost 1 to first strike on this battle, lose 1 because I get hit. There we go. Lose another 1. And then you are beaten. So all of that was just, again, no good at all. Really good play by him. And the ship just sits there. So he's at the moment 22 in life and 3 in hand. I draw 4. I actually manage, I think, to kill something, which is good. And the ship forfeits, and it's 2 overflow. So I'm 12 now. And he is just pounding the damage through. So we've just got to see what we can do. Jin, because I didn't save a force, gets stuck there on her own, so she's no good. And as you can see, this is not looking good. I've got a 4 in reserve deck, which basically does nothing. But what we're going to do, we're just going to attack, because we can retrieve 2 force, just to try and... I didn't even retrieve it, look, just trying to force some damage through. I think I made him lose a card there. And 2, which I think I'm immune to that. So peel 3. It does leave her there, so for the counter beat, managed to grab a card there, which was good. So he's now 17 down and 6 in hand. I move out the way, and I've got 5. So as you can see, this has been a steamroll. Right, and Great Destiny, really no chance whatsoever coming up. So I'm just going to lose from my force pile and just go, well played you, really good game, nothing I can do about it. You know, he could have perhaps been slightly more efficient, but, you know, won by 17, so really good game from him. So let's go and look at game 2 now. So game 2 is this one. Again, I'll go through it. +1 speed. So I've got to win by at least 18 or 17 and better life force. But the Shadow Collectives, I know, has got the aggro option. As I said at the start, that this is something that could work potentially well if it all works out. He's got mains, which could be good if he doesn't play multiple battlegrounds, because I might be able to get some battles in, or at least win some battles. So pretty standard first turn. Get them all out, get his stick, get the immunity, move over. Turn 1 done. And the question is, of course, what has he got? What's he doing? He's playing docking bays. He's going to play Polis Massa, so he's got space. I have no space in my list at all, so he's got a free drain all game long. But he didn't get any other locations out, so actually activation-wise, it's not too bad. So I put a gun. I'm going to pull Secret Plans, and I'm going to pull Battle Order. Hondo comes down, give him a gun, and we're going to move over, and we'll move them both over and consolidate there. So threatening damage of, well, a ping of 1 and a potential drain of 3. Now, you got to verify there. He's got mains basically, as you would imagine. So he's just gone to draw phase. He's getting his activation. which is good for me because it actually means I'm going to get some free drains in here. Let's get the one out the deck, recycle. As you can see, a lot of red in hand, not many characters. So coward to make sure you can't retrieve, and we're going to try and force some damage through here. So there we go, that's the one. And I'm going to lose a force because it's actually going to be worthwhile to try and get some damage through and just start forcing it through. Fortunately, he does lose a sorry about the mess and a blaster deflection, which is going to be important for me. I grab the sneak attack back, put a gun on Maul, deploy Kira, and give her a gun. Just completely try and make that site not attractive to get to, and see if I can hold on and keep draining through that one site, hoping he can't satisfy ultimatum. So here comes Ray, lovely broken border Ray actually. Here she comes, gets the lightsaber, she's got 2 thing. So that's just a dark time to stop cancellation of it, so you can't stop my swings. Sneak attack is great because I had a 7 there, so 7 on top. He's going to retrieve, which makes sense. Luckily, so force field is great, so Maul is safe for that one. We're going to go for Ray. We know we're going to hit because we've got the 7 on the top. So that worked nicely, so she's hit. That's great. So flip, get that, try and circulate that 7. We actually, I think we also had a Power Destiny as well here. So he's got to break 8 to hit me. So he's missed because he draws the 2 obviously to start with. But he does get, unfortunately, get the Hujix into hand, but it's better than getting Jin into hand. So we're going to swing at Yoda as well. 2 and that's 6. So a lot of characters in this, because a lot of the red was in my hand. So let's see. Oh, get fortunate and draw one of the 7s. So even though he's not immune to attrition, he's got to go. You can't keep him. And now the power will hopefully flood in. He won't take any overflow. 4 was 1 more than I wanted because you can't just lose a blaster, unfortunately. You might have to lose both blasters. He's not going to take any overflow because both of his characters, Yoda has full forfeit. So we're going to lose 1 gun, and I think it's probably best to keep the gun there for a ping. Nope, I do decide to get rid of both guns. I can, okay, keep the characters. So flip. So at the moment I've only lost 1. I'm about to just get rid of 1 to make that a 4 drain, and he's so 29 down. So not too bad. Remember, 17 is the magic number. So just gonna reconsolidate that site and say I'm doing 4 damage there now. Not deploying the other site, as you can see, because I don't want to let him satisfy ultimatum. So he decides to spread, which makes sense because obviously he needs to drain and retrieve using Luke. I've got lots of force. I've got some decent people in hand here, but I am going to force the damage through. And again, a dark time to stop him cancelling my weapon swings. Don't decide to drain. I decide to go for it. And now's the time to get the 0 out before we fight, especially since he deployed over there. Ventress gives me a swing. Aura gives me a swing. And I'm just going to swing away, see what we can do. So the 5 is a good start. And a big 7. So she is hit. And hopefully Everson's going to hope to do his work. And he does get to. Now we know he's got the Hujix, so that's not going to... This is not overflow, but it's just clearing him off. Whatever he comes down with, sabers and all the rest of it, just get it cleared. So he can't retrieve, he can't drain, and just force damage through. Decided not to get rid of Ben there. Wanted to force out the Hujix. So drop that down and decide to lose that, and then we're just going to see what happens next. 3 pair comes down, but it's not really making any difference now. So I've got 28 down, 8 in hand. He's got 21, but he's lost some key characters. He's lost some sabres, and here I need to start doing some more damage. Again, I can drain for 4, ping for 1, just forcing it through here. I've got cards that I can lose, so that's no big deal. So just keep forcing it through. I'm just going to speed it up a little bit, because essentially we just do the same thing, make sure we've got some cards in hand. He's running out of force. Here comes some people. Sneak attack back on the top. Hopefully we can, Blasted Defection was, fine. It doesn't matter if we clear each other, essentially. The key here is just to get rid of everyone. And there goes Lou. Add a Destiny. See if we can get a bit of overflow out of this. So 5 and 9, 19. And we are going to get some overflow. But he had the Hujix that time. He didn't need it before. And as you can see, this is just pushing it through. So that's going to be 4 more. And he's now down to 20 hand and life. To about, at the moment, about 30. He comes down again, going for to try and draw 2 Destiny. And we draw 2. We hit. And we're going to draw big here. 4 again, and a 5, 9, which is enough to clear. You can't get them out. I can just lose 2, and again already, as you can see, I'm going to drain him, ping for 1, drain for 3, drain for another 1, and suddenly he's down to just 10, whereas we're sitting here at 21, 28, so he goes wide, which is fine. He wants to push damage through, still can't satisfy ultimatum, so again, that's, as you can see, that's another 5 damage that's gone through. We're going to keep going, keep clearing his guys as much as we can. We knew he had that, so I cancelled it with Comscan. We're going to hit again. And there we go. That clears that. Lose 1 person, overflow. And that's it. And as you can see, we come back and win 21. So in the end, that was as comfortable, I suppose, for me as it was for him the first game. And that was round 1. And I'll stick around and I'll show you round 2.